right. Listen, what a game. And our fans were unbelievable, loud. They started the New Year's early, I think, but it was impressive. Great win to get against a good football team. Zach does a heck of a job with that team, and they were battling through some injuries early, but you saw their quarterback is a good player. For a young guy to be able to step in for a great player like that and do what he did was impressive. I was very proud of our coaches, the offense and defensive coach, special teams. Everybody contributed in this thing, which I think was great. And as you saw, nobody gave up hope. I mean, it wasn't the smoothest early, but the guys battled through, and they supported each other. And so that's a positive. And then there were a bunch of individual things. You got to start with Bucker and 6 field goals. 6 field goals. That was incredible, and these just weren't little chip shots. I mean, these were like real field goals. So, and then Willie had a huge play in there, which was great to see. Rice with the big catch. The O-line and D-line just came with a certain attitude and took charge there. D-line had 6 sacks, I think it was. Excuse me, had 6 sacks, which was, or 7, so whatever it was a lot of sacks mixed in there. They did great. Richie James with the punt return did a heck of a job with that. So, listen, I can keep going through guys, but all in all, it was a good game to get. It was great to have the guys have a championship. With the AFC West. So, I mean, that's a positive thing. I know how they are. They're not going to rest on that. But it is exciting for them to get a taste, especially the new guys that haven't had that experience. So, again, proud of the whole situation there. But anyways, time's yours.
Is there a little different type of satisfaction in this since it's been a bit of a grind to get to this point?
Yeah, I think that's a positive. I mean, everybody's been so positive through it and supporting each other. I mean, you've seen it on the sidelines, guys supporting each other. The want to by Chris Jones, by Patrick, by Kels. I mean, and then the guys follow them. And when they bring that energy like they do every week, I mean, guys believe that it's going to get changed, and so it allows me to stand up here and tell you that we're about that close. And every week, and so it's just a matter of getting some things figured out, and this is what happens. They keep pounding, and it was great. Yeah.
What kind of boost did Isaiah Pacheco have for you?
Yeah, I should have mentioned Isaiah. A lot of energy. I look at Pacheco. I look at Sneed. I mean, these guys kind of came off the bed to play, and they did a heck of a job with it. And Pacheco brought great energy, ran hard, aggressive, wanted it more, and we had some young backups behind him that had a chance to get in the game too. So that was good.
Andy, one of the things you talked about last week was the mechanics weren't all that great. You had a few little mistakes. You guys came out, the script worked really nicely. You got down field and scored. How satisfying was that to get going on that right foot early?
Yeah, it's always good to start fast. That's a positive. You want to do that every week. So, but the guys, they executed well, and that's the most important thing right now. This time of the year, that's the most important thing. We're kind of iron some things out there and make sure that we come out. Like I said, our coordinators, Spags and Nags, had great game plans. They tapered it to the guys, and then that was the results there.
Coach, how nice was it to be able to make some plays downfield and passing game?
Yeah, that's positive. You want to do that. It cuts down on those long drives, right? So you get a couple positive shots down the field. That's big. Rice had one. Watson had one. Pacheco had the runs. So those are all, that's all good stuff.
Andy, understanding this is all new right now, but looks like next week's game is going to be kind of meaningless. I just kind of want to get your initial thoughts on how you might handle next week's game in terms of Pat, Kelsey, some of the other guys.
I haven't gotten there yet. You were right.
Andy, could you just go through Rasheed's big play, your longest play of the year?
Yeah, so they press coverage, single safety middle. He won that battle. Pat laid it out there beautifully. She went and got it. Told me he's a scorer, though, right? He did a great job with it, though. That was strong. Just physically strong move that he made. Impressive.
Coach, congratulations on the 8th straight title. You all. Knowing that the defense has been playing superb, it's been bending the way the offense has been performing over the last couple of weeks, and Harrison's not out with 6 field goals. You still concerned about not being able to punch the ball in, into the end zone, to where you're not putting the defense in a bad situation?
Yeah, but listen, I mean, that happens, and we'll work through all that. I'm not worried about that right now. Yeah.
And you may have already sort of said this in your first answer, but this is a little later in the season than you might have gathered momentum in the past.
Sure.
I wonder if that got into your message to the team a little bit about, the feeling of a reset from this or anything like that yet, if you want to get it watched the game?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the guys were excited. That's, you don't want to, I don't need to say much. They understand. And like I said, I've got leaders that have been through this before, and they enjoyed it. But, at the same time, they're going to want more. But they were excited to answer your question. I didn't need to say a whole lot.
Last one.
Coach, you talked about having small ears the other day with a lot of talking going back and forth. Got a little salty there in the second quarter, but you guys did a pretty good job of keeping your composure, especially in the second half. How important was that for you guys to do that part of it?
Yeah, listen, I think these two teams like to play each other and compete, and that's what I saw. And there's going to be some chippy things that go on. I mean, that's just part of the nature of the game. And but it was great for the fans to watch. It was great for coaches to stand on the sideline to watch. That's a great competition, and you want to make sure that you don't do anything stupid. So you just want to, where you get flagged on it. But that's a. But at the same time, things are going to happen. The emotion, it's an emotional game. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, good. Happy New Year, too.